No.
Hello, this is Lisa Rusczyk and Gandalf
And Misty Lore.
with the podcast We're All Psychic. And everybody, we've got Maribeth today, and she's here looking at Gandalf, and they're having a very serious conversation, I'm sure. He's telling her all my dirt. But first of all, Maribeth, would you like to say hello?
Yes, hi. And I've got my little white cat Bunny behind me too.
Bunny, adorable.
Yeah.
Now, Misty has a question for
nowhere.
you. Your wieners are not here yet, but they'll come.
No. Yeah.
They'll come.
I do have a question for Mary Beth. So, Mary Beth, do you think that we're all psychic?
I do, absolutely.
Where'd you get that? Where'd that come from? How'd you get there?
Because I realized that I think it was easier because I wasn't born with noticing my psychic abilities, and they came in later on. And I thought, the wiring was all there. I just wasn't paying attention, or there was something, and I think it was taking energy healing that like turned everything on. And
that's
it's like,
a great point. Energy healing really does open a lot of things up. Which kind did you have first? Was it Reiki or something like that?
It was Reiki I started. And, it was actually, and before that, massage. There's something about connecting body to body.
Yeah.
Something wakes up. I bet a lot of massage therapists would say that they do have something going on.
The one massage therapist I went to, I met her in my Reiki class, and she was learning to make her massage more.
Yeah, I know one too.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
You had that same experience. She took all your pain away, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
You see when you were, yeah.
It was a no-touch massage. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
like massaged her energy or something. It's weird.
Yeah.
And the one I went to see my friend Leah from the Reiki class, she also had this like kind of like I don't know what it was, but it was about maybe 6 by 4 feet. And it was like made out of a really heavy blanket kind of material, and it had electrodes in it. And she's just like, lie on this for about a minute and supposed to start healing your cells. I don't know if it works or not. I just got it today. And I don't know, but I felt great lying on it. And ever since I've been to see her, I mean, a lot of other things happened too, but it's like I used to be in a lot of pain and all that stuff's gone. So it's been great.
Fantastic.
So, what have you always been around psychic phenomena, thoughts of this stuff? Have you been interested in it? You said you kind of came into it later. So what caught your attention? What made you start paying attention?
Well, actually, I got to say that my grandmother and my dad had stories, and I listened to them and believed them. So my grandmother had what I don't know. I don't think she minded saying that. She said when she was a kid, she and her sister were in bed, and she felt like the Virgin Mary came through.
Yeah.
And they're both screaming and screaming, and they think it's one of their older brothers with a picture.
Oh, like a joke.
Yeah, like doing a joke, and then they realized it wasn't. And she was probably sounded like she was very young. So I grew up with that, and then we lived in Buffalo, New York, and so we traveled to Lilydale, and we spent time there. And she had another story where my grandfather died, and before he died, he said, "I'll see you later." And when he left and went with his buddies, he died. He got an aneurysm, and so he did not see her later. So she's sleeping in his chair, and she's waking up, and there he is standing in front of her. And she got mad at herself. She said, "I said, what are you doing here? You're dead." And he disappeared.
I shouldn't laugh, but I'm a medium, and it just
no, you shouldn't, because it is. And she said,
"It sounds like something out of a TV show." Yeah.
And she said, "Well, he came back because he said, 'I'll see you later.'" And then my dad had this story that he was sure when he was up in the attic at my grandmother's house that his dad pushed him through the attic. So I had that background.
Mm-hmm.
So they had things happen. They talked about it.
They did.
Did they ever try to explain it, or did they just say it must have been the ghost? Must have been the spirit, and it was.
They just,
but, they just kind of accepted it. It's just part of life.
My grandmother really felt like she maybe, really saw.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people have visitations from all kinds of saints and Mary angels, and I mean, we got a lot of them on the podcast.
Yes,
it's like if you can think of them, they'll come. If you really
whatever you believe in, I think that's when they come in.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, so I grew up with that, and then of course I had that feeling of like I hated going down in my grandparents' basement, and I'm still not sure why, but I'm looking back saying there may have been,
you knew something.
Something. A bad guy, but there was something there.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt the same way at my grandmother's house from a closet.
I remember that you talking about that closet from like 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that closet. Never have, never will. Don't know why. And a lot of other people didn't like it either.
That's weird. Yeah.
And it's a closet.
Right, exactly. It's just where they keep the canned vegetables. Just run down and grab it and run back up, I know.
So funny how we have those kind of feelings.
Oh, it's so weird. We all do. I mean, and we all did growing up. Like you just said, both of you have examples from youth, like being younger and being scared of. I was always scared of being in the dark. I didn't like being in the dark. In general, I always had to sleep with my bedroom door open and the hall light on. And the closet scared me at night, but not during the day. If the door was closed, I was scared of a closet. But once it was open and the light was on, I wasn't scared of it anymore. But getting to the point to opening a closet was just like,
dun, dun, dun.
Right.
No. I can't do it yet. I didn't know what was in there. I didn't know. I didn't have any idea there was just something bad in there. That was the whole point. I didn't know.
I remember you telling me not too long ago that I needed to face my fear and go in the closet, and face it. And I was thinking, and I'm still thinking to myself, hell no, I'm not going in that closet. What you say? I'm not going in there.
Yeah. And I do remember. Okay, we're telling stories.
No, we can. Yeah.
Somewhere about 15 or 16, with my boyfriend and his cousin and cousin's girlfriend were doing Ouija board stuff. And now my boyfriend had epilepsy, so we didn't. But there was a point where he just disappeared. And it felt like somebody else was there.
Like he was channeling, kind of?
Oh, yeah. But it was weird channeling because all of a sudden I got a really rough kiss and I'm like, he never kisses like this. Who the heck is this? And we could not wake him up, even though his dad had come to pick him up. We could not bring him back.
Was he talking or anything?
Just the kiss and then out of it. I said, okay, so I'm crossing Ouija boards off the list. I don't know what.
A lot of people say that on this podcast. Ouija boards are a pathway. I mean, there's no protection instructions in there, or a doorway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was freaking.
So what happened?
So finally got him awake, and he denied remembering that he had kissed me. He thought we were making the whole thing up just to make fun of him.
Oh my gosh.
And no, we were really worried because, his dad's out there. What are we going to run out and say,
he can't come.
You can't come. Somebody else has got his body and they're not letting him go.
We played with this one.
Now,
Ouija board. Dad's like, come on, get him sober.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. He's been zombified. That's really scary.
Oh, it was. I'm so glad he finally was able to, because we were really working on getting him back.
Yeah.
That could have gone wrong a million different ways.
Oh yeah. So listeners and watchers, not to change the subject drastically, but I'm going to.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about animal communication because Maribeth does a lot of that. And she has written a book about it as well. Maybe one, maybe more. I know one. And what is the name of that book?
My book is Peace in Passing, Comfort for Loving Humans During Animal Transitions.
Oh, I love it.
And it's Maribeth Decker. And you spell it with an I, Maribeth. And it's one word. Decker, Decker. Do you have any other books, or is that it?
No, I wrote this one in 2017, and then I rewrote it when I realized that people's grief actually starts when they get the bad diagnosis that says the end is in sight, or they see their animals losing all the capabilities of the things that make them happy. Our grief starts then. It's not right at the end when we're having to make the decision about, do we keep them around? Do we let them go? And so I started talking about mindsets and ways that we can walk ourselves through that in our animals. Take a little more peace.
Definitely.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so glad you wrote a book like that, because I tell you what, I have experienced an animal death before, but I've got 3 and they're like my babies, you know, and just the thought of something happening to them freaks me out. It freaks me out. So I can't imagine when that time does come, I need something to calm me down. So your book sounds like that would be the thing to do, to read. Thank you.
It really is. It is helpful. People that have read the book after their cat, or mostly cats or dogs, died, said they wish they had gotten it beforehand, because there were strategies and mindsets that you could help keep you in the awareness that, hey, they're still with you, right?
They want to be happy to the end, is what I understand.
Yes.
That's why they stay as long as they do, sometimes forever. It seems like they're supposed to die right now, and they stay alive for a month or 2. You know, they just want to see you happy one last time with them. That's what I get. Do you also communicate with the spirits of animals who passed on?
I do connect with them. I got to check with a little dog who passed away in November, and I've been working with him and his person probably for about a year, off and on, checking to see how he was doing, and he was giving a lot of signs that he's fine and he's still a diva. And also confirming, this guy was just a diva, and he was showing me things that he and the husband used to do, just like 2 macho guys fighting over the woman, because they both loved her dearly.
Oh,
and she just loved hearing that. And
it gives you that feeling they aren't gone, that you know it, you can hear it, you feel it for yourself and experience it yourself. It happened to me the first time when my cat Morgana died. I was like, this isn't happening. But yes, it is. And it was great. And I want to show you a picture of Morgana. Kind of curious if you can see her. I'm going to show you. Hold on. That's her on the cover of our podcast.
Is that her? Yeah.
Can you see her? She's with me. She's with me all the time. And she helps me with my clients, with my readings. She does all kinds of wonderful things. And she was 7 and she had tumors, and it all happened at once, really fast. She couldn't move a paw, and then it was, they said she'd had them all her life, but we thought like the one in her side was a floating rib because she had it since she was born. So, but she's a long-haired orange cat, and I don't know if you know much about long-haired orange cats, but there's like only 2% of long-haired orange cats are female, so they usually do have something wrong with them, because they're genetically, it's very rare for them to appear. And she was the most unique cat. I mean, they all are. Every animal is, but cats especially. Everyone is so different. But Morgana's always here, right? And I can tell Gandalf just loves you. I mean, have you ever seen Gandalf like that at the beginning of a podcast, Misty?
No, you can see his tail, but you don't see his face.
No, he was right here looking at you, wanting your he's taking a bath now. So, I mean, I think he'll be back because I think he wants to show you how pretty he is. He just really liked you. To. I could tell. Did you pick up anything from Gandalf by any chance?
I'm sorry. I was too nervous.
I understand. That's okay.
Podcast, I didn't.
I know it was right at the beginning, and then he just looked. I could tell he just thought you were wonderful, and he wanted to just let you know it. So great.
If I get anything, I promise I will let you know.
Okay, and if her wieners come in, I'm surprised Frank's not here because every time we've had an animal communicator, Frank is forefront.
In the bed, I think. Did you?
One of them.
There one in there.
Yeah. I saw him at the beginning. Here. Hello.
Oh, there he is.
There you are.
Here's Inside Out. I love Inside Out.
Never comes out for the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, is that Rosebud?
Yes.
Oh, Rosebud. Oh, you're Rose.
That's my baby right there. She's my old baby.
I love Inside Out here.
Old lady.
Oh.
There.
Now they all come.
I love it.
And this is
Frank. Appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah. I think they were all under the bed.
In the cushions and in the covers.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I love what you said about still working with you. That the past is still working with you, because people always think that they just go across the rainbow bridge and they do their thing. Mm-hmm. But I've met animals that have decided to work with their psychic people. In one lady who looks for missing people or finds out stuff like that, and it's like her dog decided to help her out. And I've got other dogs and cats that also and horses.
Yes, horses, definitely. And birds, but it's all like they're like different birds, but they're all the same bird kind of spirit. They'll do that stuff too. But I've noticed with Gandalf, you want to come say hey again?
Hey, babe.
He wants to. He's thinking about it.
Okay.
He's going to come show off because you got groomed. That was one thing Morgana used to love to do. She would get very thoroughly groomed when we had a party, like a long time ago, and where I lived somewhere else. And we, when I was younger, we'd have parties, and I'd clean, of course, for the party. And she'd get so excited, and she would go in the bedroom and just groom herself for hours. And then she'd make an entrance and go from person to person. We called her Princess Morgana. So with that cat, the gray cat, Gandalf, I had a therapist do meditation with me, and spirit animal meditation with me when I was 24. That's the cat I saw. And a friend of mine got him for me as a gift and picked him out for me. And when he popped out of the box with this cat, they both appeared. They were kittens, but they appeared as full grown, and I knew who he was. And I was just like, what is going on? This is happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a very strong connection to cats, though. I really just adore them. I really love cats. I just get them. Something I think I do anyway. No one does.
Yeah.
And I'm a doggy girl.
Mm-hmm. She loves the cats too. You love all animals.
I love them all.
My cats are all over her when she comes in, and Gandalf doesn't like anybody.
Yeah, I love cats too. I love them. I just communicate more with the dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not around the cats, so I can't tell you really. I might be a cat person, but I was always allergic to cats, so I couldn't.
That's same with me and dogs. Yeah.
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 But don't you find, Maribeth, that when the animals, are around, or we know that they are around after they die, but doesn't the relationship between the pet owner and the pet become even stronger once they realize that they can talk to each other on the other side?
Huh.
For some people, maybe.
For some people, I think so. For others, they don't feel the connection as much anymore.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is grief.
Of course.
If grief gets in the way, or else they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. There's
they can have a conversation word for word instead of just talking to them in the kitchen.
Connection, I guess.
Yeah, I think they become more expanded. They're not totally defined by
meow and
the
ruffle.
dog body and the dog or the cat body that they're in. They're like my dog Mitsubishi. When he passed, I asked him why he had to go, and he got stern with me. He says, "You had me long enough." He says, "There's somebody else who
He's trying to tell you not to mourn.
That's right. He said, like, grow up, girl.
He didn't want you mourning.
I did this, and he actually he felt very angelic. Now, I don't think that every animal is angelic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody. Anyway,
I don't. Yeah, I know somebody who talks about realms that our spirits come from, and he talks about the wise realm, the angelic realm, the elemental realm, and the star or people realm. So maybe it's something like that. That I don't know. I try to find things that I can relate to with all these experiences we have, And so if it's something like that, maybe it's a cat from an angel realm. There's an angel cat.
I agree because I've got, like I said, I've got my 3, and I love them all equally. I love them all, but there's one in particular that I have a connection with, and she actually she helps me in my dreams.
Yes, she does.
She'll come in my dreams, and I didn't even realize it until Lisa pointed it out. She said, "Do any of your animals come in your dreams?" And I was like, "Oh, they do. Princess does. And I just have that connection with her. She's just." There's something really special about that girl.
There's something special about her. When I had a bad foot problem for a long time, that was a long story, but I went to her house for the first time and I met her dogs. She had 2 at that time, as before Frank. And Princess, she came up to me, wagging tail after I got barked in the house, and she licked that ankle. And she looked up at me and she looked up at Misty and then she kept going. She was like letting me know I will take care of you, but she's letting Misty know I had a weak spot. I was like, I love that dog. That's a smart dog, real fast. Just real fast. It was very cool. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see us having like a connection after she dies for sure, no doubt.
Spiritual connection.
Yeah,
I think they all can. I think they all can if they want to. Sometimes, Maribeth, I will work with other cats who have passed on occasionally, and not like Morgana though. But I think they could be as accessible as her, but there's something different about her spirit, and I think I'll keep it. Yeah, it's kind of private, but with all animals, I mean, I've been close to. I feel like if I think of them. Even if they're passed on, like if I can just remember like something about them very specific, like the softness of Morgana's fur, or like maybe another old cat, how she was so tiny when I got her, she could go under the door, of the bedroom and get in. Stuff like that. Just little things that'll help bring that animal's feeling back to you without the grief, the joyful things. I found that helps a lot too.
It does.
I can feel connected to those animals again. But if I think about them suffering, I don't feel connected to them. Feel guilty.
No, and that's what she said.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
That's a really good way to put it too. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we get so stuck in our grief. It's like they're like, "Hello, hello," but we're in our own human
your life.
age.
If you love your animal and it passes, he passes. It's just that your whole life's changed forever. It feels like.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
and it has.
Well,
especially if they've been there forever. Well, but tell us about your book. What kind of exercises or recommendations?
What happens if I go and one of my dogs is sick and they're telling me that it has, a couple months to live or whatever? What do I need to do? Or what'll help me? What'll help me?
Well, what helped me, and I'm laughing because I hope this does sound funny. I am a really big Monty Python fan.
I love Monty Python.
Okay. So I'm not going to tell this, get this comes from, because it's very funny, but it's not appropriate. But there's a guy in it who says, "I'm not dead yet."
Oh, yeah. So that's the Holy Grail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet.
And I think that's a really good attitude to like, look at them and they're saying, "I'm not dead yet."
Yeah.
And then
enjoy this time.
Joy, I still got him. My Stella, I used to sing with her because it was such a slow decline. Every day with Stella is a good day. Just trying to lighten it up and be silly.
Yeah.
To be there. And then the other thing is like let go of what used to work and figure out what's going to work now. Like if you can't do the 3 miles that you just loved with your dog, so you take Miss Stella out, and when you get to the end of the block, that's it, and you come back, and then you do, and
it's okay.
You adjust and you adjust and you adjust, so that you can still enjoy your time together.
And it's wonderful advice, and look at it as this is different. That's all. That's it. It's just different.
Exactly.
It's a different way to spend time
together.
Still
having a good time. She just has to go like caterpillar. She had a caterpillar kind of walk instead of all out thing.
And she's very happy. And she's finding, new things that she hasn't seen before because she wasn't taking her time.
Yeah. That's true.
I know it was one of the hardest things when Morgana was the first pet I had. A lot of animals will go off, if you know what I mean. If they're outdoor, indoor cats or dogs, go off if they can, if they're indoor, they'll try to go off a lot of the time.
Yes.
And it's very sad. And she was the first one, and she did go off that summer. I didn't know she was sick, and she went off for a week. And then another one of my cats, Roxy, disappeared. And I just had a mental breakdown. And then later that night, what do I hear? I hear 2 little mows, mow, mow, mow. And Roxy went and got Morgana and brought her home. And Morgana stayed, and she died on the solstice. So that happened in like July, and she died in the solstice of winter. But yes, Roxy went and got her and said, "You can't do that." And I did. First cat I buried, and I put her to sleep at the vet. And that was all very intense for me. That is
very intense.
I've had a lot of cats, but they all went off. All of them. Yeah.
That makes it easier on you is what they're thinking.
That's how I get. That's the impression I get. They don't want you to see them suffering because if they feel you,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think so because what I find with a lot of people who I've been with those people who've set a date and to euthanize. There's always that guilt over, did I do it too soon? Did I wait too long? And so when they go off, that's true that they've made the decision for you, taking it out of your hands.
Yeah.
They will. They will.
And I always found that interesting. I'm glad that you said that. My dogs, they're like my little humans. I mean, I just love them. But it's funny how, like, when humans have cancer and are dying in bed, we don't put them to sleep. But if it's our animals, we do, to stop them from suffering. Isn't that interesting? The way that we do things.
People don't value animals as spirits mostly, like as
no, they
humans.
don't.
General public in our society doesn't value creatures other than humans as valuable as human life. I don't know why.
And see, that would make it hard for me to make that decision too. That would be a horrible decision to have to make. Horrible.
It is. Yeah.
It is very difficult. It is. And I do understand it because most of the time I will make a decision because I've seen.
I will too.
Difficulty. And my last dog, Tibor, I let him go on his own. And it was really hard. It was hard because it was a very slow process as well.
Yeah.
They tell you when it's their time because Morgana started trying to kill herself by the end. She didn't go outside, but she would get at the edge of the couch and fall into the window and hang, like trying to just get it over with. Yeah. And so that was the night before I took her to the vet,
I would have definitely.
She couldn't really move much very well anyway, but she was trying to end it herself. But not because that's when I was out of the room, like, come back in. And I'm like, whoa, it was strange. Yeah. She knew it was her time.
The other thing I've noticed is most of the time their souls will leave before their body.
Yep. And I think people do too.
Parts.
That's something I believe. Yeah. I felt it.
So you felt it too?
Yeah.
It's kind of a comfort to know that they're not there for those last parts where the body shuts down.
It seems like they are, because there's movements. If if like they're putting them to sleep, Morgana's tongue came out, and they did warn me. I asked them, is anything going to happen? And they said that's something that could happen. Her tongue did come out, and I had to put one other cat to sleep, and she went right to sleep, just like nothing. She had gotten feline leukemia. Yeah. Mir put Morgana to sleep, and there was another cat I had to put to sleep too, but I just couldn't do that one. I just couldn't. It's too much. That was the one who brought the feline leukemia in. Yeah. And that little kitten, Mad Mardigan, he was a fighter. I took him to the vet, and he got all his shots and stuff, but I guess he didn't do the feline leukemia shot. But he checked him out, and he said he has pneumonia. And I would talk to this Mad Mardigan kitten's little fluff, and his hair was falling out, and he was missing an eye, and the cat that I took, I couldn't help it. I had to take him in. He was just dying. When I brought him home, he was like, I washed him, and there were so many fleas on him that all this red came off from the flea dust. And he just laid on the towel, he almost died right then out of the bath. But he didn't. He was a survivor, and I didn't know he had feline leukemia. And I would sit there and tell him, next summer you're gonna be running through the fields, you're gonna feel better. And he wheezed, he wheezed all the time because he couldn't breathe because he had feline leukemia. But we didn't know that. But that time it was pneumonia, from it. And he did survive. He did get better, and I took care of him the whole time. But the second time he got really sick, though, and then I saw how bad it could really get. He was suffering.
There you go. That's why people do let it.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that.
He was suffering.
Totally.
Yeah, it was devastating.
I do.
He was so good, and he didn't want us to be unhappy. He did.
No. I love my dog.
And he's around. He'll come around. He visits other mediums who will speak.
Oh, very cool.
Morgana. Yeah, if you ever want to speak with Morgana, just ask her. I'm sure she'll come say hey.
I will.
So, Missy, you have any more questions for Maribeth? I know you got something.
Well, how do we start communicating with them after they pass? What can we do to open that up or help that process along?
Well, I think you said one of the most important things. You said remembering the good, happy, joyful pieces, and being open to that. I mean, I am not saying don't grieve. I don't know how you don't.
Right.
You can't control it.
To grieve, you shut it down somewhere. It is going to blow up somewhere along the way. So let it go. I mean, right?
Yes.
So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying find the happy points and the thoughts. And for what I like to do is to imagine that they are with you, and then when you get that sense that they are, just assume that you're not making it up.
Assume it. That's right. Believe it.
Yeah,
exactly.
just
believe it. Yeah.
And you can feel them around you, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you? You feel they're like you Misty with mediumship. You just feel them in the room somewhere. You just know.
Yeah, somehow.
You know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? It's in your imagination, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I invite my dogs who just passed, to take a walk with my new pups, and let's go. And it's just joyful, and that's part of it. You can ask for them to show you that they're around, and dreams are really easy. Yeah,
dreams, yes,
dreams. One time I had a friend. I have a Facebook friend, and her name's Suzanne, and she's listening. Hey, what's up, girl? She had a dog that she really loved, and the dog passed away, and she asked me to communicate with him, and I did. And the one last thing he said was, you're going to find one of my whiskers in about 4 months in a really strange place. And I told her that. And then she wrote me I don't know how long later, but probably about that time. And she said she was eating a cheeseburger and pulled one of his whiskers out of her mouth.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thanks. They do. They just love to do that stuff. And the random, cat claw that you haven't had a cat for 5 years, but there's a little shedded cat claw. Stuff like
or you hear them.
Mm-hmm.
See a little tail
out of the corner of your eye, right?
In your eye.
Yeah.
Can I tell the best story I've heard? That
I'd love to hear it.
I worked with this dog when he was alive, and so his person came. Well, it's in the book, so I can say Lilith said, he's going to go. How is he going to let me know? And I said, he has been letting you know. My timing is not perfect, but we talked about it after he passed. And I said, does it make sense? He is going to mess with your water bowl, the dog's water bowl. Because I asked him, I said, Harry, don't you mean the food? He says, no, I want to do the water bowl. And she said, yeah, there's been a mess around the water bowl, and her other two corgis don't do that. And the water's all over the place, just like he used to do. Made a big mess out of it. And I thought, holy cow, they can do that too if they want to.
Just like people, I always get those messages too, like the kitchen sink drips, or there's something like a rug's always messed up, or the shower curtain's always something. There's always something annoying, right? Mm-hmm. It's always something annoying. And then if you find out that if I'm as a medium, I tell them this is what the spirit says they're doing. And they're like, really? That's what's going on? That it usually stops. That's what I found. And that's why or it just depends on the person. Really, if the person won't believe it, if it keeps dripping, then it'll stop. If the person won't believe it, if it doesn't keep dripping, then it does what they work on their person. And they think anyway. I think it's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Gosh, I love this podcast. I love talking about this stuff. And I have just really enjoyed this, Maribeth. I would love for you to come back. Where can listeners find you?
Well, the best place to find me is on my website, sacredgrove.com, SACREDGROVE.com. And I'll just quick joke. I've also heard people think, did you say Scary Grove?
Scary Grove.
or how about Sacred Groove?
Sacred Groove. That sounds like a good band.
That's pretty good, but
that's a metaphysical girl jam band. That's a female jam band right there.
Yeah, you got it. But it's
dude. Yeah, dude. That'd be awesome. I'm doing it. I've always wanted to make a chick jam band, and now I have a name. It's going to happen. Right, Misty? Getting the band back together.
That's right.
And I'll put all this in the description of the podcast where you can find her and anything else she wants you to know about her. And of course, I'd love to thank our sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app where you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And the Pendulum class is live on the Rusczyk Psychic School. It is $20 for a 33-minute class, I think. And I'm putting Jennifer Love's first class for vision boards up on the app. It's a streaming class as well. I'm hoping to do that tonight or tomorrow. I'll let you know through a notification when it's ready. And more teachers are making more stuff. Before you know it, we're going to have so much stuff you won't know what to do with yourselves. So thank you so much, Maribeth. This has been one of my favorites. I've just enjoyed it so much. I really have. I don't say that much.
Thank you,
one of my favorites.
Thank you for letting me share and be with you too. It's been more than you. All of you. Thank you.
All of them. Yeah.
Yes.
And little meow over there, Mr. Bunny or Miss Bunny. Is it Miss or Mr. Bunny?
It's Miss. It's Miss Bunny.
It's Bunny. Goodbye. Oh, she loved the podcast. She loved it. She's a star. All right, Missy, and thank you so much too.
Thank you, Lisa.
And listeners, we love them. We love the listeners.
We love you.
Love you. Love you. Have a wonderful life and have a wonderful day and a night. And we will see you soon. Peace out.